Hello and welcome to the Ilene Silverman Show. I'm your host, Ilene, and on this week's program, our guests discuss Gainesville Black Professionals and share the mission of their upcoming second annual leadership conference, Release Your Potential, and how it represents their collaborative vision. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us for our program. I'm delighted to introduce my guest, Virginia Grant, founder and executive director of Gainesville Black Professionals. And Virginia, it's wonderful to have you join us.
Well, thank you, Ilene. It's great to be on the show today. I appreciate you inviting me.
Oh, very much my pleasure. And I feel like Gainesville Black Professionals is all about networking and getting to know each other. And so I look at our program as one opportunity to get to know you and others, and we're definitely networking.
Yes, definitely.
So tell us a little, go back to Gainesville Black Professionals and kind of explain what it is.
Okay. So Gainesville Black Professionals is a network of Black professionals. As a matter of fact, it's the largest network of Black professionals in North Central Florida. And we founded Gainesville Black Professionals because we felt like there was a communication gap.
Okay.
So a lot of people, when they hear Gainesville Black Professionals, they think that we want to be exclusive. But the ultimate point is to be inclusive. And what I mean by that is that we have brought together this network of professionals to give the greater community access to Black professionals that they may not have had without our network.
Well, and you have a great website,
Yes.
Wonderful photos, mixers, a directory, a magazine. I mean, you have a lot going on.
Right.
But you do have a wonderful concept of collaboration,
Yes.
of helping people get to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so explain that a little more. And it's really fascinating because you started this when? 2016?
2016, yes.
Okay.
We organized in 2016, and we started with mixers. And so we have quarterly networking mixers, which is like none other in the state of Florida. Yes, it's none other. And we did that intentional. We intentionally make sure that people feel like they are welcome. They want to feel warm. We embrace. You come to our event, you get a big old hug. Thanks for coming.
I like
Almost
that.
like you're coming to someone's home. But the point of the networking event is for people to collaborate, for them to share ideas, thoughts, resources, whatever you have that you are willing to share or that you have information on. We want to bring people together so that we can expand upon that.
So you're open to professionals, people in the workforce, people with new ideas.
Everything.
Business
owners, startup, entrepreneurs, everyone is invited. And it amazes me because each time I go to an event, someone always tells me about a connection they made at the last event.
Oh, and sometimes that just gives you energy.
It does. It just motivates me so much. Sometimes it's as simple as, I met my housekeeper at the last event. So it's something there for everybody.
For everybody.
Yes.
And then you've expanded it with this wonderful directory.
Yes. So we actually have a magazine called Synergy, and we did not incorporate a directory in it. What we thought we would do rather is just feature and showcase professionals in the community, business owners, professionals, organizations, and their heads, their leaders. And we really just want to showcase the greatness that is happening in our community and tell those stories of the people behind those things that are happening.
And let us know that, we don't always know how much is happening in this community.
We don't.
No, and once you open up the magazine, it's pretty awesome. And you've given awards.
Yes.
That's another way you've approached leadership.
Yeah, we have community awards that we host. We actually do them simultaneously. So we unveil the magazine and we recognize the community awards in the same night. So it's a whole bunch of fun. A lot of people come out and attend it. And it's just a really exciting event.
So that's one of the many. In your life, we won't have time to learn your whole backstory, but what gave you the idea to do this?
I just wanted to really connect with the community, and I wanted to bring people together because I believe that when you bring people together, great things happen. And when you set the stage for communication, greater things happen, because so often we look for our differences. Like you and I can clearly see we're of different races, different ethnic backgrounds, but if you and I sit down and have lunch together, through the course of that lunch we'll realize there's so many more similarities.
We're so much alike.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's those similarities that I want people to tap into, and once you tap into the similarity, then you're more motivated to work together.
I love your approach, and we're going to take a quick break. But coming up, we're going to be talking about your leadership conference, the second annual, January 11th. And just give us the title of that, because it says it all.
Yes, release your potential.
Well done.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Awesome, thanks.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back talking about Gainesville Black Professionals, and I'm pleased to introduce Alex Leventhal, CEO and co-founder of Feather. And Alex, it's great to have you join us.
Well, thank you very much, Ilene. It's great to be here. Thank you, Virginia, for...
It's exciting because for several years I've heard about your business as a startup company, and I thought one day I hope I get to meet Alex and your partner, co-founder, Aiden. I thought these guys are pretty spectacular, and then I get to meet Virginia, and she's a part of your business, Feather, and it's just coming together in very exciting ways. So first, go back and set the stage for the leadership conference.
Yes, definitely. So we have a leadership conference coming up January 11th. It's at Santa Fe College, and it starts at 9 a.m., 9 to 3 p.m. So it's a one-day event.
All right, with Release Your Potential, as we've said, as the concept, which works in beautifully, and you have wonderful guest speakers, and Alex, you are one.
Yes, that is correct.
So talk about the release potential and how that has worked into your life. First, your backstory is incredible because you were doing this and then doing this, and you've just achieved a great deal.
It's a respectful way to describe it. I was a miserable student who failed out of school and then found my path to this. I dropped out of high school and then eventually got my GED. Went to the University of Florida, studied physics and math primarily, and this is an interesting kind of pivot point here, to stay as far away from people as possible.
Oh, great.
Buried myself in the basement of the physics room, and then discovered that I was a little bit more suited for the world with people in it than I thought. I had a friend, Aiden, co-founder, who really wanted to start a business, and I joined primarily just kind of wanting to see the startup environment.
Right.
Weirdly, over the last 7 years, discovered that the thing I'm best at is helping other people kind of be better at what they do, just both completely unexpected to me and everybody who knew me previously in my life.
Well, I think it's very important what you're doing, and as I have talked to both you and Virginia being part of your company, I can see that you are making a tremendous difference for everybody there. So yes, you may not have started out as the people person, but you are releasing the potential of those that you deal with on a daily basis.
I remember this kind of transition. It was a few years ago where I used to think, kind of in the early days of Feather, that I could trick myself into caring about the employment, like our employee performance, and you need this and this and this to have a successful company. I remember it was the summer of 2017. I was in Atlanta. I was at a pizza restaurant, and I was just thinking through, I'm not going to be able to fake my way through this. Like, I have to actually care about people.
Right, you have to.
And what they're interested in, what their goals are, what their potential is. I'm not going to be able to put on that face when I show up to work. And so that involved a lot of deep introspection about how do I rewrite my personality to kind of care about people and their potential.
And now you become a part of Gainesville Black Professionals. And tell us a little more, Virginia, how all that interaction has transpired.
Well, definitely as an employee at Feather, I see the real Alec, I believe. And I was just so impressed by his true spirit of making sure that everybody is okay. He says you can be angry, you can be mad, you can be sad, you can be whatever you want to, but let's talk about it and let's see how we can resolve it. And I think that I invited him to be in the conference because I want him to share those skills with other people. I want other people to understand how they can create these healthy cultures at work and that they can help other people release their potential. Because I can release my potential, but in releasing my potential, it's ultimately to help other people release theirs.
Right.
Yeah.
So in approaching the conference, that's really something you can expand upon and reach out to many people way past Feather.
Right. I think when Virginia asked me to do it, I think the thing that stuck out for her is that I tend to think about not kind of holding people's challenges against them, which is when somebody has a challenge, or if they get frustrated with a particular project at work or in any organization, and there are people around them, do you kind of weaponize that against them?
Right.
Do you hold it against them? Or do you look at that and say, I can see it, they can't, I can help them through this.
Right.
It's not a bad thing that they're having trouble right now or that they're frustrated. It's the means that which they work through their problems.
And the offer of help.
Yes.
That really makes everything work better.
Yes.
Workplace, life, everything.
I owe a lot to my girlfriend and my co-founder for being patient enough with me to kind of take me from being just a really bad, mean-spirited person to being just a mostly bad, mean-spirited person. No. But they were patient enough with me to show me that, I deserved that patience and respect that they gave me, despite the fact that sometimes, I would act like an ass, or I would act like a very mean person, and it just helped me see, I can see in my head when I'm legitimately interested in helping somebody versus I'm interested in making myself look right, right?
So now you know the better path to take.
Yes.
Yes.
It's more productive for both me and the people around me.
And I would say you will have a great impact at the leadership conference.
Hopefully.
Yes. Oh, definitely. I know that. And we've got much more to chat about, but I really, Alex, appreciate your involvement and all you're doing as part of this community.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you again, Virginia, for asking me to speak.
Certainly. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're talking about Gainesville Black Professionals, and I'm pleased to introduce Natalia Bannister, Executive Director, Pace Center for Girls, Alachua. And Natalia, I'm glad you've joined us.
Thank you for having me.
Certainly, it's my pleasure. I've gotten the privilege of knowing you for the last 5 years that you've been Executive Director at Pace, and for all those luncheons I've attended and you were speaking at. I have great respect for you and your leadership with Pace Center for Girls.
Thank you so much. It's been such an honor being able to represent our girls, especially at our luncheon. We have so many people from the Gainesville community show up, about 500 people.
Yes.
Including Ms.
Virginia.
Grant, including you.
Yes. Thank you. I look forward to it every year. And now you're going to be part of the Leadership Conference, Release Your Potential, that's coming up in January. So tell us a little how this evolved with you becoming a part of Gainesville Black Professionals and your approach for the conference.
Well, I met Ms. Grant a few times in the community, and I was really impressed with what she was doing with Gainesville Black Professionals, and I saw that she was really bringing the community together with this vision. So when she approached me about the conference, it wasn't even a hesitation.
I'm in.
I am in. I am all about diversity, leadership, bringing our community together, and if there's anything I could do to support that, I'm there.
Well said. And you're achieving that. And tell me a little more about your topic at the conference. Of course, we want everyone to be signing up for the conference, so we can't give it all away. But
right. Well, we met when you did an article with Synergy. It was one of the most fabulous articles I've ever read about Pace, and so I always say that. I really, really do mean it. She's a great writer,
giving the meaning to Pace, explaining the work with the teenage girls, that Promise Girls.
Yeah, but I talked about leadership a lot in that conversation. So when Virginia reached out to me, she talked about that. She said that she kept in mind some of the anecdotes from that article.
Yeah, the one thing that really stuck out to mind, she said, leaders show up every day. And I think that that's so important, that because we have bad days, but when we're leaders, we have to find a way to put that aside to make sure that those around us are not negatively affected by what's going on with us. And I was really impressed with that. So I just want her to share with the community as a whole how you develop that team building skills, that leadership, and how you pour out into others the greatness that you have and help them to be as great as they can be.
Oh, I think that is a wonderful vision.
Yeah.
And it would help so many people, whether of any age. And
absolutely.
yes, so that's, and you've had in your background, what has led you to this moment, to this understanding?
Wow. How much time do we
others?
have?
Well, I know we don't have enough time for the backstory, but
I had a very unique journey to leadership, just to say the least. And every hurdle that I've encountered has made me a better leader, and I've been able to share these experiences with other people who want to be leaders in the community, even other professionals, because you don't have to be in a leadership position to be a leader in your community. So I think that's really important. And
important for others to realize that.
Yeah, and being asked to speak about authentic leadership was really special to me, because I've really broadened my leadership in the community, where I talk about being authentic to yourself, because it's really our differences that make us so much more, it's our superpower, really. And I think that it's so important to have diverse people at the table, and really being authentic to yourself and not trying to fit into a certain leadership mold, but become your very best self. And that's really the value in your leadership.
And when you can become that very best self, then you're freed to help other people.
Exactly.
Yes, to reach out and to inspire others.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I can see that you must enjoy Gainesville Black Professionals, because this must happen in little mini moments the whole time that you're at a mixer or networking. You're sharing this inner part of yourself.
Yeah.
And it's got to be very satisfying.
It's extremely satisfying. And you mentioned like the small pieces, but like we've actually had experiences that have been life-changing. There was a member of Gainesville Black Professionals that actually got a job in a completely different state because she came to an event and someone was there and they sent her to a conference. She got offered a job at that conference, and now she's relocated. So like we're doing major things as well. So it's awesome.
One good story at a time.
Yep, exactly.
Yes, we're going to take a quick break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back talking about Gainesville Black Professionals with Natalia Bannister and Alex Leventhal. And I'm pleased you're both back to talk more about the Leadership Conference. So first, let's set the stage for when and where it's going to be.
The conference is January 11th. That's a Saturday.
Yes.
9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Santa Fe.
Perfect.
You can register and find out more information at GainesvilleBlackProfessionals.com.
Okay, that's the easiest way. And registration includes a lunch, a light breakfast, a lunch, and of course networking the whole time. And there is a wonderful roster of speakers on different topics. You both are part of that, and I congratulate you for being leaders in that and taking that position. And tell us a little more about your feelings about the conference and what you'll be speaking to. Alex, I know you're going to be, I think, with Eric Godet.
On a panel, primarily Q&A. So a lot of it will be driven by, what the audience is interested in hearing about. Hopefully in some way kind of inspired and affected by what previous people have talked about, including Natalia.
Exactly.
If mine or Eric's opinions on those are relevant, I would lean to Eric more than myself. But I'd say the main thing that I primarily hope to represent and bring to the conference, I don't know if you've noticed, I am not a Black professional.
Yes, we've noticed, and we want to say Gainesville Black Professionals is for everyone.
Correct.
It's inclusive.
Yes.
It's for all of us to be a part of.
Yes. In the very cool green room that you have, Natalia and I actually saw Virginia's segment, and were able to hear her comment that Gainesville Black Professionals is about providing access to Black professionals in Gainesville for anybody who's interested. So that's particularly relevant to other Black professionals in Gainesville, but also for me personally, I'm really excited to just see what is talked about.
Exactly, and to get to know more, so you can interact with greater opportunity.
Correct. Yeah.
And to appreciate that we are an inclusive and very diverse community because we learn from each other.
Right. I'd say the more nervous you are about going is probably a sign that you should go.
That's a good point, as a matter of fact, because what it's saying is, how am I gonna fit in? Or,
yes, correct.
You know.
Yes, and you will be pleasantly surprised about how warm of a welcome you receive.
That I know.
Yeah.
And Natalia, I know you feel the same way.
Definitely.
So tell us a little more about just the celebration of Gainesville Black Professionals and how you're feeling about it.
I'm really excited. I just feel like it's a celebration of diversity and just people connecting from all different walks of life. I love the title of the conference, Release Your Potential.
Yes.
Who wouldn't want to come release their potential? So I just love that. And when you really think about it, it's your potential. Once you release it, you could be like the next business owner or starting up a new company, and that gives the opportunity for someone else to release their potential.
Right.
So
it's a chain reaction.
Exactly.
We all are interconnected and interworking all the time. And there's about this is a huge network of professionals, because I've been getting the emails. I see how much is happening. About 1,800 people are on this network chain. So if you really want to get the word out about something, this is a good place to begin.
I don't know if you know, it's the largest networking community of Black professionals in North Central Florida.
That is true. And a nonprofit organization.
Correct.
And starting from 2016, Virginia has really built an outstanding group.
Correct, yes, very impressive.
It is. It's very impressive. And go back again. We want to say it's for bringing everyone together. And we're talking about business, but business is a broad term. Business could be, it could still be a student. It could be somebody looking for employment, wanting to change what they're doing. It's just all a part of what our lives are.
Yeah, that's correct.
It's just the energy of what we're doing in this community.
Fits into if you want to see professionals or Black people in Gainesville or Black professionals in Gainesville, kind of what they talk about, what their experiences are like. And that could be the same if you're a student, if you're post-career and just interested to see like what your community is like.
And
now.
multi-generational, because all the time people are changing, or they should be. That's what keeps everyone going.
Yeah.
So I want to thank both you, Natalia, Alex, and certainly Virginia Grant for all that she's done for Gainesville Black Professionals and this community, and the Leadership Conference one more time, coming up Saturday, January 11th, Santa Fe College, 9 a.m., 3 p.m. You can register online, and the point is great speakers, more, and you got to be there.
Yes,
be there. Take advantage of this opportunity to release your potential.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad that you tuned in, and I hope you'll join us next week. Take care.